let's go fishing. You know it's really great, let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes, let's go fishing. It's easy when you try, floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike.
All right. Good evening, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing show. And Mike's still around. He's still kicking and jerking, but he ain't catching much. But anyway, it's good to have him with us tonight. And we've got Brad Jones in the studio tonight, and got some fishing film, Mike. Not much. I'm son of a gun, but I can't catch them all, Mike, by myself. I got to have a little help every now and then. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Well, sharpen your hook or something, or get a different bait on. I don't know.
I've put plenty of them on.
Yeah, okay.
That's for sure.
Well, Mike's got the board. We've hung up some of the best ones we fished here. I mean, pretty much off and on all summer. But anyway, we've got, let's see, I've got about 12 minutes of film on my camera. And last week we had some things going on, and we showed a replay of the week before because it was we caught a lot of fish. You and Jeff caught several, and Bill and I caught several, and you know, we just went on like that. And while we're at it, I want to say hello to Dad, to Bill, Jerry Graham. Thank you for the display board again. Charlie Irwin, I know he's watching, and Paul Harrison. So say hello to all those folks, and old Mike Pennington down in Harriman.
Yes.
And Mike, listen, don't give up too early on this night fishing. Some of the best trips we've had has been in October.
Yeah, sure has.
I mean, yeah. Right now, the fish we've caught on the lake's been in that 20 to 30 foot range, and some at 35.
That's right.
So this little bit of cool down. The bad thing about in October is the fog. Yeah, you get fogged in pretty quick on several occasions.
Yeah.
You know.
You got 80-degree water, and you drop down to in the 40s at night. Yeah.
Yeah, you get fogged in pretty quick. But you know, shucks, back in the day when we didn't have GPS and all that stuff, we'd make it back, wouldn't we, Mike?
It took a while, but yeah.
I mean, yeah. Mike had me on the same island up there 3 or 4 times one night trying to get me figured out.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, if you just let your boat idle, you'll never get back where you're going.
No.
Because it'll turn a circle.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. You're trying to drive it, and it'll turn a circle. Yeah. You know, after about 4 trips doing that, and I told Mike, I said, sit down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I said, we're going to use this fish locator, the gauge on this thing. I said, that's how we're going to get back to Andersonville Boat Dock.
Mm-hmm.
And because the fog was, I mean, it was all over you. You couldn't see nothing. So anyway, we left Dollar Island there for about the 4th trip, and that's why I told Mike, I said, just sit down, Mike. When I shallow back up, I know I'm going to be across the lake, and then we'll dodge over to the other side and do the same thing. We finally got back into the dock about an hour later.
Mm-hmm.
But now with the GPS, you can put your trails in, follow them right back. If you running, you know, up the lake, you put your trail in that you traveled going up there, and then follow it right back.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you know, it's a lot different than what it used to be, but we used to fight it. You know, I mean, it was. But that's the only thing about the October fishing is the fog gets pretty heavy.
That's right.
And the temperature's not that cold, but then the water, it's just a little cool, and the water temperature's still up in the 70s, and depending on how much cool weather we get here in October, water temperature being 75 to 80 degrees, and that cool air at 47, 48, 50 degrees, it'll build up fog air about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And it might be a good time to quit.
Yeah.
But get on the boat trailer. But anyway, Mike, don't give up on your night fishing as of yet. We probably won't for another trip or two anyway. And then if it comes one of them little warm spells there right about Christmas, look out.
It might be a good time to go.
Yeah, it has. We've done it. We pretty well know it. Old Bill's watching. He knows what we're talking about. He's done it. We've done it with him. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but Mike Pennington, get you a spinner, get your rod, throw that spinner bait on, medium heavy, 6.5, 7 foot, spinner bait or a jig, either one. Whatever feels real comfortable to you, that's what you ought to get. So, anyway, let's see, Mike. Anything real particular going on? I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to show the film. I got some boat pictures. I'll tell you what. Let's get Brad to put them walleye up there, Mike, that these guys caught at work. Put that picture up, and then there you go. Now, them fish was caught on North last weekend. They caught those fish trolling. Them was all 6 nice walleye. Trolling those deep diving plugs. I talked to one of the boys that was with them 2 guys right there, and he said, well, we went out there to bass fish, and it said it wasn't happening, so they said, okay, let's start trolling. And the boy that showed me the picture and told me that what happened was, he said, I didn't have enough line on my reel to get the plug down there where it needed to be. And he said them guys had their catfish rods rigged up, and they put the deep diving the Rebel deep bill
30 plus or something?
No, it's throwing that red fin.
Yeah, red fin.
Yeah, trolling that red fin. They got about 300 yards of line on their reel, and it helps it, when it puts it down there in that 30 foot of water where the fish are at, and there they come up with them 6 big walleye. Nice catch.
That was all-nighter or daytime?
No, that was daytime fishing.
Daytime fishing, yeah.
Sure was. That was the daytime. They went out there to bass fish, but they wasn't getting any cooperation, so they decided to start trolling and wound up with them walleye right there. So they're in there. You just got to know how to catch them.
Yes, sir.
And so anyway, wanted you all to see that, and moving right along for sure. Good. Yeah, Mike, you could do that. I mean, what the heck, man?
Yeah.
We need to put us one of them flop down gates behind your prop so it'd slow the boat down and we could get out there and troll.
Yeah. You do that.
I mean, shucks. Heck, 2 or 3 trips like that right there, I'd be ruined.
Yeah.
I'd be wanting to sell all that bass fishing stuff, and
you wouldn't have to worry about putting 300 yards of line on there if they'd put that downriggers down and drop it down there and then drag the plugs behind.
Well, won't you fix us up a couple?
What?
Yeah.
You got the big plug knocker, just put you one of them on.
Well, that's possible. That's very possible right there. That might work.
Yeah.
Put about 50 yards of line on that plug knocker and drop it down there in about 20 foot of water. But anyway, you need to be working on that. That right there showed me. I don't know why we can't use our big spoons and jig around.
I've not tried it for the walleye, but I've sure caught some good smallmouth using it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, that's I don't know why we can't try that first trip. Maybe Ed Gall to call in here after a while and let us know what we need to be doing.
When they get suspended out there, 50, 100 foot of water, and they're suspended out there, that's where the trolling comes in.
Well, yeah. But them guys, he showed me, he had it on his phone there. They just go, they were up right, you know where the gap, if you were going up from Hickory Star and then the lake was full, shoot the gap there.
Oh, yeah.
By the Nev. Well, they were trolling in that bend in the river right through there.
Yeah. I can tell you though,
I hate to give out all the secrets.
When you go out there and you depth finder and you look down there and you see like a thermocline or whatever, and your minnows and everything's out there in the middle. They ain't down next to the bottom. They're out there in the middle in 40, 50, 100 foot of water or something, and they're down there in that 30 foot deep, and then the fish is under them. So, you know, casting ain't going to do you no good. The only way you're going to get something down there is to troll it through there. Yeah, out there.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm glad them guys caught them. That's a nice bag of fish for sure.
You're kidding now.
Good eating fish. All righty. We're going to get on into the film here, and then when we come back, I got talked to Reynolds Racing and Marine today. He's got 2 expresses, and there's 2 boats, 2 bullet boats on the that Brad's going to show us here in a little bit when we come back. The blue and smoke color one's done sold, but he's got a red, it's a white, red, and with a black stripe in it, and it's a dual console. Pretty boat. I mean, it looks good. We'll show that to y'all and see what's going on. They're getting harder to get. That's what Glenn told me today. He said, man, it's just getting harder and harder to get a boat or engines or anything else. So it's everywhere. I mean, at work, things we need, it's hard to get. Vehicles, hard to get. Son-in-law was over on Oak Ridge Highway this past week, and I mean, Bobcat has always kept a yard full of equipment over there. So there's 3 pieces. Yeah, 3 pieces. So anyway, you know, like I said, things are getting harder to get, Mike, so you better start saving your lead and buy us up some hooks.
Yeah.
All righty. I'm just poking at Mike, folks. Let's hope this thing don't get carried away again. Anyway, Mr. Jones, if you want to take us to film, it'd be great. Here we go.
All right, folks, there's Steve. Caught one here.
Caught one nothing, Mike. Now tell him really what happened.
Well, you told out there and caught one.
First cast.
First cast. That's a bad sign.
No, that's a good sign. That means I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you think so? That's a nice smallie.
That's a nice one.
All right.
Number one.
Quit putting you on these places then.
Yeah.
Okay, folks. You got another one here. Another nice one.
Had 3 bites on the same cast.
Yeah.
May have been the same fish following it out. Good job, Mike.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Okay, get at it. That ain't a big one like them other 2 was. All right.
There you go.
3 casts, 3 fish, Mike. Like Bill said, he's on fire.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Now, folks, I'm going to tell you, last night, them fish just didn't want to cooperate, but they are cooperating so far tonight. Golly bum, where's all that mess at right there?
I don't know. You'll be a...
All right, there Mike is number 1. For him, that's number 4 in the boat. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, we're running off yours.
Good fish, Mike.
Yeah.
Good fish. Need the pliers?
Do something. Got that hook down in his jaw there for sure.
Yeah, them skirts, it's hard to see the hook. Folks, we've made 3 or 4 casts here. Did you get it loose?
No, I didn't.
I'm some gun. Right in the roof of his mouth, ain't it?
No, it ain't in the roof, but it's close to it. Yeah. I think it come loose in, I can get it.
Get him to turn loose of it. All right, there you go.
I think so. Get him to turn loose of it.
Well, that's a nice fish.
That's best.
Eat it again, ain't he?
Yeah.
Well, I'll let Mike get that off, and we've done seen that. That's number 4 already on the same spot, which is the way they're supposed to bite. Did you get it then?
Oh. Yeah, every time I want.
Wow.
All right. So you got him another one on there.
That's number 5, and I've had 4 more hooked and didn't get them. So I barely am over 500. We're going to have to do better than that, Mike.
Well, the fish is biting better than you are.
That's right. All right, our Mike is with a good largemouth fish now. Get some of that light off of it. Yeah, boy. I don't know. That's number 6 in the boat or 7?
6, I think.
6, I think. We've missed that many. Oh, heck. Give up on how many we've hooked and got off. So Mike ain't even. You're down to probably about 250, maybe 260 on the average, Mike. Poor dear.
All right, there's a nice smallmouth that you got there. He's a good 18-incher or so.
Yeah. All right. How many does that make?
7.
Back in the water.
Back in the water.
God, I'm pulled like a break.
All right, you got another nice smallmouth there.
Yeah, buddy, Mike. You may have to bring a bigger net next time, Mike. You know.
Probably wouldn't hurt.
Yeah. You wouldn't miss so many. Look at that.
Barely had him
No
hooked.
wonder. And them suckers knocking the fool out of that thing. And it's barely get hooked. Now that's the kind of fish we used to catch a lot of.
Oh yeah.
And a little bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was all right.
Yes, sir.
Pretty good. We'll take him.
Right here.
Yeah. And I think that's number 8.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah, that makes number 9 there, see?
I mean, how pretty them suckers are.
Mm-mm. I reckon so.
Shoot, farming. Golly, bum.
Yeah.
Well, we told Bill was with us.
Yeah.
Golly, bum.
Well.
Dang, gone it, man. Down to you.
Got one on there. Yeah. Got it.
How many does that make?
10.
10 or 11?
10.
Now, I told you had it swallowed. Golly, bum. That, blame it. Quit. I may just have to cut the hook on that. Yeah, he got it swallowed. Sure has.
Well, it's a good small one. We'll put him back in water if you ever get him loose.
Yeah, if I ever get him loose.
Yeah.
Got to figure out which way that hook turned there.
You probably need those yet to find out.
Yeah, let's see here.
We'd give you a little help, but my fingers ain't no longer than yours.
Golly, bum. Hold still, buddy. If I could get that thing. Hold still.
You get him back in the water one of these days.
Yeah. All right, folks. Old Mike's got him a big largemouth right there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn him around a little bit to the side. No, the other way, Mike. There you go. Yeah. You got too much light on him. Take you. Yeah, now that right there looks a lot better. All right, get him back in the water and get us another one, but I think that's number 12 or 13, something like that. All right, folks, our Mike is with a smallmouth. Too much light on him. Yeah, fairly good. All right, back in the water, Mike. I think that's 13 or 14. I've lost count.
All right, now Steve's got another one. I'll tell you what, you got to catch him twice here.
Yeah. Yeah, before he got back in the water.
Before he got back in the water, sir. He's gone. All right. You got lucky on that, and maybe you won't lose the next one either. All right, folks, there's another nice one.
Next cast, Mike.
Next cast, too.
Yep.
All right, get him back in the water. You're going to beat the bottom of the boat today, eh?
Flopping all over everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Done good, done good. Yeah, done real good. Nice one, nice one, real nice one. Okay, we get him back. Time again.
Buddy, old Mike's got a dandy smallmouth right there now. Look what a belly on that rascal.
Yeah, he's been eating good, ain't he?
Yeah, he sure has. That's a good one, Mike.
Let him go back and he eat some more.
Yeah, that's one of them nearly 4-pounders. Our Mike is with another good smallmouth.
Yeah, I'd like to have that other one that bit a minute ago.
Yeah.
He's a good one.
All right, get him back in.
Yeah.
All right, folks. There Mike is with our first fish in the boat. We've had 7 bites, 7 fish on, get them almost in and they'd get off. So there's the first one in here, small fish, but we've had some dandies on. But they broke water and throw their bait, and this, that, and the other. Mike, you know how he is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it's raining, and we don't know no better to, you know.
We won't melt.
I might, Mike. You won't, but I might. So we got to get the camera dried off, for sure. Yeah. All right, we're gonna cut the camera off, get back to fishing, remember our sponsors, and let's go fishing, rain or shine. Guys, I just swallowed one. Okay, our Mike is with our second fish in the boat on this very next cast. A little better fish. Mike, I swallowed them bugs. You're going to have to cut the light off.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, folks. He's 1 for 8. He's back on the board. Yeah. 1 for 8. Well,
Mike, if I was playing for the Atlanta Braves, I'd be sitting on the bench.
You're sitting on the bench, too.
Yeah.
1 for 8.
1 for 8. Yeah. I mean, I've had several more bites than that. I'm just talking about the fish I've hooked.
Yeah, fish you hooked, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think about it. One of these days you'll learn how to hook one.
All right, there Mike is with another fish. Yeah, you good, Mike?
That's so smart.
Grabbed that thing and had it.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing. That's a pretty good fish right there.
Real nice smallmouth.
Yeah, boy. All right, for old Bill.
Yeah.
Bill's not feeling too good this afternoon. He didn't get to make the trip with us, but here we are back in the water, Mike.
Gone, too.
Yeah, I'd take about 10 like that right there.
Get ready.
Yeah.
All right, folks, he got one on here. He can get it in. Looks like he done jumped in my line.
Yes. Here he comes, Mike.
Got him in, yeah.
Right. All right. All right.
Got him in my line, too.
Yep, we straighten things up. God, oh, man. Did he swallow that thing up bad? Oh, he come loose right then. Hold on.
Yeah,
I got you, buddy. That throw my trailer off. Man, they're meaner than striped snakes tonight.
Yeah.
God, bum, Mike.
Got a little venom in them.
Yeah, they have. You ain't kidding. Shoot, far.
Got a good color to him.
Yeah, pretty fish.
He's a nice fish.
All right, back in the water. Yeah, they got smaller.
He got smaller.
Hmm.
Things a little bit better tonight. The wind ain't blowing like it was carrying on last night.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Good little fish.
He bit good.
Bit good, dude.
Okay.
Get another one.
Just good, Mike.
Yeah, whoa.
Whoa, got him.
You didn't get the meanness out of him, did you?
Not really. Sure didn't. Well, I got him right through the nose.
Yeah.
Come on now there, hook. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Got him, ain't you?
Got him now, yeah.
Okay, folks, that's number 4. We've only had a couple of bites. It just seemed like they're just in a few places.
Yeah.
He's got a good belly on him, ain't he?
He's been eating good what you got in his mouth.
Yep.
I don't know.
Right there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Coming back to us. Okay, folks, there it is. Well, Mike, that's all the film.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got to get on the water and get some more. Get some more film. You know, like I said there, heck, one night we done good and then, or didn't do so good. Went back on the Saturday night, I think it was, and caught them 3. Bam, bam, bam. I mean, that's the way I like to catch them. That makes me feel like I said, like I know what I'm doing or where I'm at. And then we turned around. I went there on Saturday night, and heck, we wasn't even batting 100 or 200. We, had 8 bites and just had 1 fish in the boat. Shucks, far mighty. I wouldn't have never believed that if you just told me that was going to happen. I said, nah, it can't happen that way. But it did. And we struggled all night that last trip.
Yeah.
I mean, to get a hook in the fish, and heck, like I said, I had 2 or 3 bites on the same cast. Yeah, but they just, I don't know, just wouldn't take it.
No.
And on Friday night, heck, they just, I'd get a bump or 2 and then get a good strike or something like that. And there on Friday night, and then it's just hard to get them to take it.
Sure.
I mean, a lot of factors to play in that, naturally. But Ed Galt, you better call in over here and let us know what's going on. But we're going to take a little break. We're going to show you those pictures that Brad's got from down at Reynolds Racing and Marine, and we'll come back and we're going to talk about these baits Mike's got hanging up here. Film stars, there's the times that they're open. That's 5 days a week. They're open from 8 to 12:30 on Saturdays. All right, folks, we're inside here in the warehouse. Just wanted to give you a quick look at all the tires and stuff they got. And here we are. There's some 4-wheeler tires, lawnmower tires, just a mixture of about any kind of tire you want. So keep that in mind. Then here we get into the light truck, automobiles, that kind of thing. So just walk through here and give you a quick look at what they've got in stock here. I mean, it's it's just, I don't know, man. They must be a couple of thousand tires in here right now, if not more. Sizes, shapes. You truckers, you know the word. This is a place to get your tires to your trucks. And these over here, getting a little bigger sizes, light trucks, heavier automobiles, this kind of thing. And as you can just see back through there, it's just, heck, I don't know, this building's probably about 300 feet, one end to the other, and they're wall to wall. Remember Tim's Tires, folks. That's down here on Highway 27 on your way into Harriman, and get the best deals they're going. So give them a call, price check, whatever you want to, and if you want a special tire that they might not have, you could. They'll definitely get it for you. Tim's Tires.
What color did you say?
Smoke and blue and silver. Yeah, he called it smoke.
Alright guys, I'm going to get this thing back in before that right one. Thanks for watching. I'll see if I can bring another one.
I can't understand what you're saying. No, I don't. There's the other one right there. There you go, folks. That's the color combination of that dual console bullet. The other one's done sold, gone. But that one there's, Glenn just got it in a little bit ago. And it's a dual console, but, you know, a pretty boat. Looks good. Looks good. Alrighty, and one of the two Express boats that he's got left down there is that tan one that we've showed here on the show a couple of times. So, yeah. All right, we got a call. Let's see what we got here. Hello.
Hello, Steve.
Hello, Ed. Good to hear from you, man.
Hey, you know, you've been talking about an outdoor tour. You hook one, you know you've got a hold of him, and then he comes off all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a theory about what's going on.
Well, I'd like to hear it.
I think that the diameter of them hooks are too big around.
Well, you
but
could.
The hooks are so big around that they make such a big hole going in, and it's easy for it to come out of there.
I won't argue that at all, Ed. That's definitely true, you know, and you know, there's, and I've thrown 3 different kinds of hooks: wide gap, a short shank, and a long shank, and it seems it didn't seem to make a whole lot of difference.
Oh, okay.
So, but you're right.
You know the ones we buy off the rack down there at Jim's and Fancy's?
Yeah.
They seem like they just got a great old big heavy hook. It's been around.
Yeah, it is. Well, when you drop down into like go from a half to a 3/8, or go from a half up to a 3/4, yeah, the hook is bigger. The 3/4's got a bigger hook than the half ounce, and then the half's bigger than the 3/8. And but you're right. You're punching a bigger hole in there, and I mean, you can feel them son of a guns coming into the boat, man. They're just shaking their head, turning flip-flops and everything else out there, and they're wanting off that hook, and they get off a lot. So, but I've thrown three different sizes of hooks, and trying to make up the difference, and that kind of thing. So they're just. Heck, I don't know. They're magicians about getting off that hook.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really bad. And
well, there was some pretty walleye them boys had, wasn't they?
Oh yeah, man. They sure was nice ones. I'm telling you. If I could get Mike slowed down long enough to do that, I wouldn't. If I could catch them like that, I'd be doing it all the time.
Well, I tell you what, if anybody can do it, I know it'd be Mike.
Oh yeah.
Have you noticed that when you catch one of them?
Mike, turn your mic on. It fell off his shirt. He got it, Brett.
When you catch one of them smallmouth and he just lay there and not move at all, but if you touch that bottom lip, then he goes crazy.
Yeah.
Just like you shocked him or something other. They just don't want you to touch that lip at all.
Yeah.
Because they know that you're getting ready to paralyze them.
Yeah. Yeah. There's something going on with it, but they do. When you try to grab them, they want to start flipping and flopping and everything and that kind of stuff. But we've had some. I can't complain. We've had some pretty decent trips up there so far this summer, and we're not going to give up on it by no means. I hopefully get to go Saturday night for a little while if I don't get to go tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So.
I ain't been going much, and I've been having to do too much yard work around here.
Yeah. Well.
Get caught up.
I know about that, Ed. I just, I put my wife out there in the dark and let her mow the yard. Yeah. Them lights run on that lawnmower just like the blades you do. I mean, hey, get on it. So, she can do the mowing, and I try to keep up a little bit of the weed eating and fish all I can.
Well, listen, you guys hang in there and let me know anything if you hear some good news.
Okay, we'll do it definitely for a fact, and try to keep things going. But yeah, we're going to stick around up there till the last hurrah, I guess.
For Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and my wife asked me Sunday, said about Thanksgiving. Said, "You all going back to Dale Holler?" I said, "Well, it's like this. If I'm not in the ground, I'm going back." Yeah. So yeah, we'll try to slip back out there. I think we had a pretty good trip out there last year when we went, didn't we, Mike?
Yeah.
I believe we done pretty decent, but that's another thing. That lake gets a lot of pressure, and with boat traffic and everything, it gets a lot of pressure. But I think when we were out there last year, Thanksgiving, we had a pretty good trip.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we'll try to go back.
All right. Well, y'all hang in there, and I'll let you go.
All right, Ed. Good to hear from you, buddy.
You too, man.
All right, see you.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. All right. Mike, I'm looking at the baits you got hanging up there on the display board, and I'm going to tell people this. Put that mic on your shirt so it won't. Yeah. We've had what I consider 3 or 4 baits that have been better than the rest. We throwed that, I don't know, watermelon, probably. Then we got on the copper crawl, and then we got on that thing, bob wire. Mike calls it bob wire. That bob wire watermelon, and then we got on the green pumpkin and blue.
You're throwing that army green looking thing too.
Was throwing the army green. Was a good earlier in the year. Was a good color. And the straight watermelon right here. But there's probably, I don't know, 4, 8, 12, 6. There's probably 15, 18 jigs on that board. And there's about 3 of them that was just better producers than the other rest. And because we try them, and you catch them one week on one color, and the next week it'd be, you catch a few on that, but there'd always be another one take its place and do better.
Yeah.
And what we have, Brad, you're doing wonderful. What we have, and I talked about it the other week before last, the light factor changes. I mean, the stars are out one night, the clouds are in the next night, the moon is a crescent moon one weekend and a half moon the next weekend, and it just changes the dang color. I mean, the light factor in the water, and I guess that's why some baits do better than others.
Wind makes a difference.
A chop on the water will make a difference,
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. It's but we've this. I think it's this one right here. Is that? Yeah, that's the army green. I'll let Brad get a good shot of that. That's army green, if you can tell it between the on the board there, and that was a good color for a trip or two.
Yeah, sure,
and without a doubt. Then where's the? See if you can get the blue, the green pumpkin over the blue, Mike. Where's it at? I'm having a hard time finding it.
Probably on your rod.
Well, it probably is, being that was the last one of the last one left. I'm pretty sure it is on my rod. Yeah, without a doubt, and or one of my rods anyway. And then we had the copper crawl. This one right here. It came in. I'll let Brad get a close up of that. Get that thing out here where you can see it. Yeah, and that was a good color for a trip or two. So. Like I said before, if you're fishing up there and you're fishing of a night, you don't get a bite or two in a 10, 15, 20 cast, make a little change on something, because there's plenty of fish in that lake, and they're not all giants by no means, but you can catch them, but you got to be willing to change. Now, if I go this weekend and I go back next weekend, I'm going to throw, if I'm catching fish on a bait, I'm going to throw it a time or two, guarantee it. And then when I don't get a bite, then I'm looking for a different color.
That's right.
That black with the copper or the gold flake in it, one night was a good color. It's just, hey, the bottom of my boat, that right there is what come out of the bottom of the boat, all except for this red one right here. And I think Mike throwed that in. We had it laid out but didn't fish it. But all those jigs right there at one time or another was in the bottom of the boat, where we fished with them, cut them back off, and tied on something else. This watermelon, that's watermelon on watermelon there. It was good, and one time, and so you just kind of keep throwing around and you figure it out.
Yeah.
One thing that I have not done this year is throw the spinnerbait. Hadn't thrown its first cast. I had 2 reeling rods, a jig on each one, and stuck with it. Wished I'd tried a spinnerbait a time or two. Let's see. One night when we were up here in the last couple of weeks, didn't you get a bunch of them mussels on your bait when you pulled your bait in? One night you cut your bait off just like that.
Yeah.
And that you never got none of them mussels on your bait. Okay. All right. So we don't know what it was, a sharp edge of a rock or something, but I know you jerked on it and it was gone. Your jig was gone. And cut your line just like you cut it with a knife.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's basically the story. All right, Mike's got about 7 or 8 minutes on his camera, and we're going to show that. And do remember our sponsors: Reynolds Racing, Edgemore Outdoors, Tim's Tires, IUOE for sure, and can't thank those guys over there we work with enough to keep putting the show on, help putting the show on. So, Brad, take us to Mike's film, will you?
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go, folks. That's our first one in the boat. He ain't had too good luck to start off with. We'll keep after him, though. Good smiling. We'll put him back. Watch him go. Okay. Just burn, swim up, burn, touch that thing. That's one. He's a mean one. He's on him like a razor blade. Real light little deal there. Turn my skirt up. That's a little bitty one. See what else we can find. Now, there you go. There's a blade there. Anyway. I think we took off. Yeah. Oh man, eh? Yeah, what is all that? Alright. There we go. Good dogs, man. Yeah. Alright. Okay, turn that light around just a little more. Got a good picture of it now. There's that first smallmouth, got it on that black and watermelon. We put him back. Maybe we can find a few more. Excuse me. Man. Touch that lip, they just can't stand it. I don't know what it is about touching. They'll hang there all day, but you touch that lip and it just just don't like it. No, well, long jig. That went. See, that's back in her, getting another. Okay, folks. I finally got one to hang on to that jig. Big old largemouth. Man, nice. My goodness, look at what a largemouth. That is a nice one. Get a little more light on him, maybe. How's that? There he is nice. Okay. I'll put him back. He's up there about 28, 30 foot. I wouldn't care to catch a few more like that. That's the first one I've had to hang on to that jig. I just kind of bump it, and that's all they do with it. We get back after.
Sounds good. Well, Mike, what was the deal on them fish?
Well, you know, we caught a few up there that night with Jeff there. 2 or 3 different colored jigs there that we caught fish on. But that last one right there at largemouth, I had, I don't know, that was last Friday night, and I had, I guess 6 or 8 bumps that just kind of like mouthed or something, you know, just barely feeling like a red eye or something, shaking at it, and then, then they'd just spit it out or whatever as you go, and they never did really strike it. And if you jerked, you didn't, there wasn't nothing there. And finally caught that one largemouth there, which is a nice largemouth. He'd go 4 or 5 pounds, you know, and stuff. But fished on up there a couple hours later and never got another strike, and went through, I don't know, like you say, that board full of jigs, different colors, swapping things around, and didn't seem to make any difference at all.
Yeah.
You know, they say that them crawfish molt every moon cycle. And I know last month Jeff caught one, and it hit the bottom of the boat, and we got it up there and filmed it, and he throwed it back, and I turned around and looked, and thought, what in the world was that in the bottom of the boat? And it was a big crawfish he'd spit up there, and it looked like bone and watermelon, you know, and big crawfish too. It's as big as the jig was throwing, and come out of 25, 30 foot of water. You know? So them crawfish don't all stay in there next to the bank. They're all over too.
Right.
But you know, it just seems funny that when they get in that mood, and of course me and you was going to go back Saturday night when it come all that rain and everything. But it's next moon coming up. Well, I guess it was full last night, wasn't it?
I looked at it this morning there on my way to work, and I kept looking for it, and then I finally got turned around where I could see it there.
Yeah.
And it's a little below full. I don't know when the full moon was. I can pull up here and see.
The other night.
Yeah. Earlier in the week.
The water had cooled off down to 80 degrees, and then I think the dang temperature come back up, and it was back up to 82. But now these few nights of cold weather coming in here, it'll probably be back down in the upper 70s or something. But I don't know that that's going to change the minnows and stuff down there that quick.
No, I don't think it does either.
These shorter days is what's going to slowly let that water down deeper change.
21st, yeah, it was the full moon.
Yeah, it's going to let that
2
water
nights ago.
keep cooling off down there, and you'll start seeing the thermoclines start coming back up toward the top.
Yeah.
And the fish will move up with it.
Well, you know, there's no doubt that, like we said, that light factor makes a difference from one weekend to the next. The thing that I think, well, I know, we caught a lot of fish. A lot of our fish came off later. The last 3 or 4 trips we've made, we've kind of out off the bank a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You know, where there was a hump here or a long running point that run out and that kind of thing. You know, naturally, when we first started night fishing up there, we're fishing the bank. Just start on the bank and go to fishing it. But as the water warmed up, we found that the fish were out kind of on a hump or a long running point and that kind of thing. So got 8:55, so right quick we're going to wind this thing up here and just say, hey, don't give up on them too quick. If you've got time to make a fishing trip up there and the weather's halfway decent, get back up there. You can catch them.
Okay.
I mean, we hope to this weekend, and for that, for sure. Anyway, we're going to sign off. God bless you all. Hope you have a safe weekend. Wear your life jacket if you're on the water, and we'll see y'all next week. Let people know what we represent.
That's what we're all about. We do try to do an honest day's work for the people, and we've got operators from all over the DOE sites, TDA sites, the outside contractors. We're just about everywhere you see a heavy piece of equipment, good chance that you'll see an operating engineer on it, rather it be Barnhard. I'd like to mention them, All Crane, and all of them that's signatory to us. We have over 100 contractors that's signatory to us, so I definitely appreciate those guys all the way in Chattanooga, Kingsport, Tullahoma, throughout all the way up to Johnson City. So we do cover a big area, and just let us know if we can be any help to local contractors that come through these areas. We'll definitely send you some people.
All right, David. I appreciate all those good words, and we'll get this on the air, and I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
All right. Hey folks, we're over here at Edgemore Outdoors and got Vance back here. They've got a new selection of, what is this called now, Vance?
This is all queen tackle.
Queen tackle, okay.
It's all tungsten. They got tungsten weights, flipping weights, they got drop shot weights. All the jigs are all tungsten heads. There's flipping jigs, football jigs. There's swim jigs down here too. That's all of it's tungsten. There's shaky heads right here.
Okay.
That's
all tungsten stuff. Well, Vance got my attention with one thing.
Let's go fishing. You know it's really great. Let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes. let's go fishing. It's easy when you try.